All right, we're going to build a bag that I've made in the past, but we're going to make it 50% larger in all dimensions. I had coyote thread on. I'm going to tie in my black thread, and what I mean by tie in, all you have to do is cut your thread and tie it, and then pull it through. Do not unthread your whole machine. Don't unlace that thing. There's no need for it. Same thing here. Just tie it. And just pull it through. Just like so. Same thing here. You're gonna lift your knee lifter, which on most machines should relieve tension off the thread tensioner, unless it's broken. And if your machine doesn't do that, it's like a $5 part. You can fix it. Be advised, when you get to that knot into that tensioner, it'll hang up sometimes, and this will run across your finger and the thread will cut the shit out of you. I need some bobbins. You can reach under there, depending on where the catch pan is. You can reach under there with your finger and flip that little lever. This is what I'm grabbing under here, this. And when you do this, that lets this come out, and that has the bobbin in it. So we're gonna switch the bobbin. We're gonna put the bobbin in the bobbin carrier. This points towards me. I'm gonna reach under there and put that back in there. And depending how it's tuned, you might have to actually rotate that hook a little bit to get it to seat. This machine, everything about this, the tune on this machine is perfect. I can reach it with my hand. It'll clip straight in. The machine I sew out there most days on, I can't really reach it with my hand. That's why you always see me out of habit just use a tool to get that lever. And then when I go to put it in there, I've got to kind of rotate it to get the carrier to seat. So, all right. We are almost ready, but I still forgot 2 pieces of Velcro. We are actually ready this time, until I realize that I have forgotten something else. So, let's put the zipper on first. We know what this is. What is making all that fucking noise?
I think it's this.
Yeah, I think it's this. I don't know what the fuck that is. Now when you're doing your zippers, I sewed this zipper on with these 2 pieces connected. If you know how to sew, do it however you do it. Don't change what you're doing because of something I did. With that said, these were connected, so it kind of limits the amount that it can stretch somewhat. I'm going to go ahead and sew this zipper onto this other piece while it's still connected right now. And kind of know how much tension, or if you were running it through your fingers or whatever, and try to duplicate, sew it the exact same way you did the first one on the other side. And what I was, then I can start them. There's going to be an equal stretch, or, you know, similar. And all I was doing is I wasn't stretching it. I was just adjusting it to the edge every few inches and then sewing it. And if you do about the same on both sides, when we get to the end here, my material will be the same, well, you'll see. Just broke thread.
machine needs a warm up. I feel like the first 10 minutes it happens.
It probably needs oiled. I don't ever fucking oil these sewing machines until there's a problem with it. I can feel like dust, like grit on it just from being out here last. Oh, that would make sense because we had all those huge storms just come through. It was blowing the inner doors a little bit. Yeah. So you know it moved a bunch of dust around in here. Just getting ready for the apocalypse because that's how I picture it.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be dusty.
You'd think, if you know, since you have a Squire, that you wouldn't even know if you didn't oil your machine. You just think, man, this machine's always oiled. I love it.
It should be self-oiling, that's right. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. See how they're about the same right here? And they're the same here, ish. That's what you're after. So now I'll separate them. And I'm gonna have these lips concealed. So they're gonna go to the edge here. If I wasn't, I would sew my next line and then pull it all so it's taut where the zippers, but I want the zipper concealed. I want zipper lips on here. See this. I got a fucking huge shadow over here on this side. I can't see what I'm doing. That'll help. There we go. That black's sucking up all the light.
Oh,
I just
with the black thread too.
Yeah, well, the black zipper on the black edge, plus the table here being worn off.
That are battery powered.
Yeah, actually, that'd be good. Like those ones for the cameras. Yeah. That'd probably be pretty legit. Like that little GoPro light box.
Yeah.
I need to just stop fucking around and put like the mounts. I need to just put some fucking 1 1/4 inch tubing or something that comes up with a bar, because every
sides and
yeah, so I can have it focused down and have goosenecks and shit like they use in the what's that shit called? All the cop cars have it and stuff. I've got it in the 4Runner. You just undo the piece and it moves both pivots. It's like a glide arm.
Yeah.
I have it on my kayaks and shit for all the electronics mounts and shit. She's got it on her dash on that center console we put in. It's got all the T-track and shit in it. She uses it to hold her cell phone. You can hold cameras and shit. All right, now I'm gonna just run this second line right, the 4th line actually, but second line from this side.
Like that comment for that time lapse.
What was it?
It's like I did a time lapse on you sewing the other day, like on the new bag.
Oh, I guess I haven't. I started watching it. I watched about 20 minutes of that last night and I had to go live.
It's in there during the second panel.
Got it.
The whole second panel. Some guy said, "This is what it's like when it's not slowing down."
Yeah, I didn't get to that. I just started getting notifications for comments, new comments on the podcast went live today.
Yeah.
Right on. I'm gonna get some oil and put down in here. This sounds a little gritty. Yeah, she's busy building real full price pages. Not not blemishes and.
Should just make a separate, like, you know, Shopify account that just has super simple and just every day or every week just put like 3 new ones up there.
I was gonna do a hidden page.
Yeah.
And give the link to members only.
Yeah, because you can even do that with like Shopify.
Yeah. Yeah. Secret pages and shit. When you buy a machine from a reputable dealer, these will all have all your oil wick holes will have a little bit of nail polish on them. You can do that once you just look at your manual, or I guess you don't even need a manual anymore. Just look on YouTube. A lot of these holes are threaded. If it's a threaded hole, it's to put another piece of a mount or, you know, edger or something onto. So some of them don't need oil. Wipe that oil off when you're done. Otherwise, you're going to have it all over your work, all over your material. And also, all of these oil wick holes, they fill up pretty fast with fuzz and debris. Look at the rust. Just from sitting out here with just like a couple days moisture. They sit out here, so take a big T-pin and kind of get in these holes and pull that out, and you'll pull out a tube that's just blocking your oil from going down. So that'll help.
Just like a dust plug.
That's it, exactly. So once you've dropped your, it's better to put the head up and actually oil in that bobbin carrier in your hook, but I just put it down from the top here, and now I'm going to spin it. And you can see it. Watch right here. It'll shoot oil out. I guess it already did it. It did it right before I wiped it. And that'll get the oil all over everything that needs lubricated. These machines have pieces of string inside them. I think they probably call them oil wicks, but it's literally like a piece of old school string from when you were a kid, and they're tied in knots. And when you drop the oil in, well, here, I think I can show you one right here. I know some dudes are like, I don't care. No, that ain't coming off of there. Most of my consos are all missing a screw, so I can just flip it open. But inside there's a little tray, a metal tray, like a little surgical tray. And there's string that comes in there, and it has knots. And that string wicks that oil and touches places inside here that move. And that's what that does. And most of these holes here either direct drip oil onto a piece that moves, just down through the hole, or it catches a string and the string wicks that oil where it needs to be. And I'm telling you shit that I didn't even know till 10 years ago. I had no I saw it in there.
Do you want to move this over here so we can have it going that way?
I don't think let's see. Why do I have, do we got enough? All right, let's go ahead and zip this together. This is the top and ends. Man, you'd think I've done this a couple of times.
Almost. It's like I taught you well.
They make a stand, like a little tool to assist this. And I didn't know it existed for.
Probably takes forever.
I never even had one until we moved to Tennessee here, and I never could get it to work. Like, I'm way faster doing this shit right here.
You've done that.
That's what everybody in the shop. We have a fucking stand mounted in there. Nobody who really works here for real can fucking use that bullshit. No, not at all. It's like throwing 10 extra steps into a process when you could have just done the thing. All right, these are the sides. These are the sides. I would choke him if I fucking saw him use liner pieces, but he didn't see me do it. He doesn't understand from looking at it right off the bat what's happening yet. This is $18 a yard, whereas the other shit's $10 a yard. See how quieter that is now?
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like after my oil's changed in my car, I was like, ooh, it's running great now.
That's just you.
So quiet.
That's just you, because usually they forgot to fucking put the oil cap on afterwards, and you're actually running with no oil.
Or they didn't change it at all.
Is now what you're talking about?
Sure. You can tell I cut this shit. Look how crooked it is.
Oh, it's just got like a woo.
Let's hope that the top one's how it should be, and that's just extra. We'll cut that off. It's like fanning the throttle on a Chevy 350 with a dual chamber Flowmaster. Or my Cayman S has a fucking super loud high performance exhaust. So you'll go through tunnels when we're in Atlanta and you're like, and dude, it's sucking ridiculously loud. That's what I do here. I picture myself like hearing the echo off the side of the buildings. This one's way off too.
Good, that means they're both off the same, maybe.
Maybe.
That's what we were hoping for.
It's not off enough that it's going to matter. Because I always start from the top, you know?
Yeah.
We'll be able to make it equal on both sides. So if there's a pleat, there will be an equal pleat on both sides in the exact same place. And if anybody actually saw it, which they won't, they would think it was intentional. When you're buying scissors, a lot of guys won't realize this is a craft pair of scissors. The scissor is in the middle. A fabric scissor will be flat. The blade will be down here for going across the table. These scissors are not very pointy. They're almost like safety scissors. You can't jam yourself, which means you also can't really cut your work, though you could. I like a scissor with a more point. I can deal with this, but it's not my preferred. These are Westcott's titanium non-stick. They come from Walmart. We used to buy these things. We would go to 5-6 Walmarts anytime we were in a different town and buy all of them. I'd buy 100 of them in a weekend. And I can get my fingers in and out of these. They've changed them. You buy the exact same part on Amazon or whatever. They look identical. And when you get them, your finger won't fit. You could probably grind this hump off. Most people I see use scissors. It doesn't matter. I don't consider myself having big hands, but I just, like a lot of them, I physically have to pull them off. If you don't know, then it probably doesn't matter at all to you. I wouldn't even take it into consideration. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you're already ruined and you're a scissor snob, there you go. All right, we're gonna put some Velcro on the inside. Which one has the best pattern? I think this has the best pattern on the outside. We will call this the inside. This bag is going to be a 12-inch tall bag. Roughly, it's actually going to be closer to 11 once we sew the seams. So it's 12 inches, but I'm only going to put 9 inches of Velcro in here. Rather than going off center, I'm going to go off the edge. So we'll just call this 1.5 inches right here. That'll be my guideline right there. The other one was just to find the middle of the bag. You could easily put another piece of Velcro in here, but what I find on bags that are bigger is nobody uses all that Velcro. Having it in the middle, because the way the bag is built, you really have to get up in there, whereas saging it right here. If you give a guy a bunch of pouches and internals and have him set it up, it's never going to be all the way to the top. Might be to the bottom, but not all the way to the top. Here, you want me to set that up?
Yeah.
Come here, I'll show you. Come over here. Put your titties in my face. I'm kidding. Here. All right, so we're public. We're going to go to advanced settings, and you're going to allow monetization. And then you're going to name it. What's our feed like? We'll just call it, that's what it populates as. You can change that. And you can take a thumbnail from a distance, and it needs to be higher than you think it should be. That's fine for a thumbnail right there. So from there, you can also, before you do all this, you can share this so that it'll drop a link onto Facebook. And you can also do it to X, although I've never seen anybody cross over from X. So go back to Facebook, to YouTube, and go live. So we know this is in the proper place. So we'll just run all of these off of this. That'll be the guide. I've got a whole case of this tan Velcro. And we use Coyote, so inside these bags is a good place for this. It's a little brighter. Like you'd asked last week about using different sizes of Velcro.
Yeah.
This is 3 here. You could easily put 2 pieces of 4 in here and save stitching. We just don't bring in as much 4-inch. When you buy the camo Velcro, the printed stuff, you don't see nearly as much 3-inch. You see way more 4-inch for some reason. But we use we use the 4-inch on our elastic stuff, like our ankle rigs and covert rig and stuff. I like to have a lot more purchase on the items. So we use the 4-inch with a cradle so it sits at the depth we want, but we still have a good piece at the top to grab and pull the mags out. What did we use last week for Velcro inside?
Yeah.
3-inch. Oh, maybe. No, I think it was 3.
Yeah, we used 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What's up, groundhog?
For some reason, I thought we used 4. And I was like,
I'm going to duplicate both of these each stage so we don't get halfway through and have something forgotten again. All right, which side? Oh, that's definitely a better pattern. Less pattern. This will be the inside. No, it is hot though, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sweating.
It's like 81 here.
81 in here?
I think it's 81 today.
Today outside. Yeah, it's hotter in here. Is there no audience on there?
9, one comment.
That's fucking weird.
Oh, we just went live with 100 people on there like 2 hours ago?
Yeah. I feel like when you do it more than once, they suppress it.
Probably.
Yay, what are you selling at, sir?
New bag.
What's a new bag?
A bag that I've never made before. Not a thread.
So I never realized that we had sewing machines that had a bobbin winder on the front.
The big ones, the big
Yeah.
bobbin ones do.
Yeah. I walked by one day and saw that and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was even a thing.
For a long time, this was the big bobbin, right? You had like the commercial clothing machines have a much smaller. And then these have this bobbin. And then those other ones have a bobbin that's twice as big.
So it holds twice as much thread.
It does, yeah. They also load horizontal instead of vertical.
Like that's like a home machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna have to shop a machine. I need a machine that'll sew through. I want to put foam inside and then be able to sew through it properly without it worrying about, you know, the height and shit. We need a bigger machine just for that. And then we probably need a post double needle with a vibrating edger, synchronized edger.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool.
Yeah. It'll make edge taping a lot faster.
Yeah.
And we'll probably set that machine up so it's a standing machine. You just stand when you use it. You can also use Velcro has a display board material. You can buy just sheets of it, so you could literally just cut, just like we cut Cordura, and then you could just place this, and so.
I think that's what Goodwill does inside of those guys.
Probably so, yeah. Instead of buying, you know, roll Velcro, strip Velcro.
I feel like it saves work on sewing. It takes away time on cutting.
Yeah, well,
Well, labor costs more.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't use a laser to cut that. Maybe he does.
it looks like it.
Does he?
Yeah.
So it would sear the edges too.
Zeno says, seeing y'all pop on my feet a few times, y'all are ven-related, correct? If so, I want to keep going my FYP.
Yeah, we make nylon gear, man. Tactical gear. I started this company 35 years ago in San Diego, and we are in Tennessee because James Yeager was here, TAC Response, and I did business with him. He was one of my dealers for a decade, and he said, move to Tennessee. So we did, and that's why we're here in Tennessee. They do put off fucking heat. This motherfucker's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a light bulb.
This one's hot. Of course they put, look, it's got fucking heat diffusers in it. It's metal. It's a metal housing. Yeah. I think this is...
You can turn the air on. We do have that here. Right.
I thought we're supposed to sauna for a while. I thought we bought a fucking super expensive sauna.
We did, but it has red lights in it. This doesn't have no red lights.
It's still hot.
I'm gonna get
So
an
it's
RGB
still-
light. He's got a red light panel somewhere.
Yeah, it's in our bedroom.
There you go.
I like to look at her butt under it.
Oh,
Makes
yeah.
it look different.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, God bless your business. I love it. I hope y'all make hella money, man. And I have a funny feeling you serve. If so, thank you very much.
So I did not serve. Is that the same guy?
Yes.
I did not serve. You should check out this channel. I've got 6,000 videos here. I also do a live video every night at 9 o'clock where I just walk around the shop and you see all the production facility and everything that we have in inventory, as well as stuff we built that day and stuff that's currently being built. And then I've got several different series of videos and podcasts that we do. So we've been on YouTube since the very beginning, so there's a lot of content there.
We've been on the internet since the very beginning, too.
Yeah, way before, yeah.
Chris K says, is this a mystery bag that John is making?
It's not.
It's not.
It is not the mystery bag that is coming in the mystery box. This is a bag that I have never built.
This is an idea.
I'm building this bag here just to test it and see. I want to make a bag that's more structured and rigid and modular. So we're gonna do this, but picture this bag 24 inches or 30 inches long and wider. And then you can have inserts inside it maybe, so you can foam wall it and then put dividers. So you could put a carbine in here and then put your rig and all of your other equipment all in one bag. Everything that's immediately, you know, gun shooter related.
You have a wasp on your shoulder.
Nah.
Yep, it's on there.
Are you saying I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Mystery bag from full build video from yesterday. No.
No.
Different. Like a mix between the deplorable and a rifle case.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But if you watch the helmet bag build, kind of like that. But more buildable towards production. Like we couldn't give that bag to production and have them run it.
Double wide helmet case.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a very different build though. The outcome will be about the same. Come here, look at this. These have a safety on them. And I tell kids, pop the safety off. And I go in there and they're using hemostats and all kinds of shit trying to pry this fucking, I'm like, what are you doing? Just pry it out with a screwdriver. It's like a spring, it'll pop right out of there. And then I see guys that come in and they're like, you got a Band-Aid, my finger's bleeding. Because they've literally worn a hole in there because they didn't take the fucking safety off. Never thought I'd have to teach a kid how to use a lighter.
Plus pregame with a little super glue that day.
You said pre-game for the super glue?
Pre-game with a little super glue.
Like when I'd go to drum before tours, I just put super glue over my hands.
I thought you meant pre-game, but pre-game them eating season.
Do all drummers have to do that? No.
I mean, everybody has, like, people will wear tape and then stuff like that. I just put super glue over it.
Is that a common thing? When you start, if you started playing again a lot, would you build up calluses to where you didn't have to do that?
I played for 3 hours the other day and it hurt afterward.
Did you
But
get a new tattoo?
no,
But Travis Barker doesn't, like, he doesn't do that, does he?
no, after this one. I mean, if you play all the time, like when I was touring for years and years constantly, I didn't have to do anything.
When you damage your sticks in the middle, you get splinters off of them?
No, not really. And it usually comes from breaking on a cymbal, so it happens like immediately, like one, or like on your snare drum, it just kind of snaps off when you hit it.
I usually break mine from hitting something that I shouldn't have hit with the sticks.
Somebody.
I was breaking a cymbal every probably 3 or 4 nights. It's
Breaking
like,
cymbals?
Yeah, it's like $300 every 3
Yeah.
or 4 nights with it.
But you're breaking the actual metal symbol?
Yeah. And it also depends, like some people play thinner ones, some people play thicker ones. I like really big, thin ones that have a good sound. And so I would always just go and buy as many vintage ones as I can off of Marketplace and stuff and eBay. So I could just go out on tour with like 20 of them. Unless I was renting gear. And then that's not fun.
That's what I was saying. When you try to knock it,
You just get the insurance and break it anyway.
you finally jumped above 19.
Our feed was really bad out in the podcast room today.
Yeah.
It's super duper cloudy outside,
Yeah.
and it's really humid.
Does the Starlink act up when it's like weather and stuff?
Oh yeah, when it rains, yeah. It probably needs rebooted. But our router system will, if we lose feed, it'll just change. We have 2 other feeds coming in. All right, I better sew this one on. I need to do each stage as we go. Do you put those in or do you cut those out?
The what?
The double build pieces?
I put all these in, but once it gets to like pals where it's like a 30-minute or something like that for one of the same that we just did, that's why I had time lapse the last one. But yeah, I think they learn something, they see something different every time, because like the first time, for the most part.
Yeah. Plus, as your skills grow, you might have seen something 100 times that just didn't fucking sink in. But as you get the next step, the one beyond it makes sense.
So you found center and then you went 3 inches out from each side?
Because I want my spacing for this handle 6 inches, yeah. Because I'm putting 6-inch Velcro. I really probably should have ran this longer, but the math I took, I just adjusted for all of these. I didn't adjust for them being wider. I took a bag that we have and ran it 50% larger all 3 directions. And then I'm on a Velcro. I don't have the Velcro, I need to get it. I want to Velcro the base of this also, so that we can then put a plate in to make it rigid, or put a full foamed box that will lock to the bottom and the sides. Although you don't really need it on the bottom, but if you were just putting a plate in there, you'd want it in there. Make a foam piece out of, pack cloth on both sides that just Velcros in there.
Yeah. And even making that bottom rigid like that would even give the whole bag.
More structure, yeah, exactly. I used to build crazy builds like that. And then when you see guys would come in the shop with all their kit, or you'd see them on the range, and they didn't use any of those features. So like eventually we just stopped doing it.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fucking work.
I mean, again, I think all the laser cut and crazy stuff and extra pockets, all that stuff looks cool if you're not actually working.
Yeah.
If you get out on the range and you start getting caught up,
Yeah.
trying to get pistols out, do things fast and everything like that, you just start tearing shit out of your bag until you're left with a bag.
Yeah.
An open bag.
Yeah, you know the guy who's in the first class, he's got all the shit on. The guy that shows up with hardly anything, that's the dude.
Yeah. That's what I always say, man. Every time I see Z in a pair of Crocs and some short shorts with a mag in his pocket, I know some shit's about to go down.
He just shows up with no rifle.
I know.
I'll just take yours. I'll be using yours. You won't need it. Yeah, I got just one. Oh, you guys had, I didn't have any ticks on me. You had what, 8?
I had 12.
12 ticks?
I've only got bit by 2. And yeah, but
you still, like, you'll go out there on the 4-wheelers and shit under canopy and they drop on you. Like, I'd never seen that till I moved. I used to get ticks on me just mowing under trees and shit. All right.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
yeah, but now every time before I come here in the summer, I spray DEET all over my.
Yeah, you almost need to just have your clothes set out and spray them the day before. All right, this is taller, so we're gonna have more pals. I think we're gonna put 5 on here.
Paul said something about putting a t-shirt on your ankle.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Tape your
duct
pants.
tape.
Well,
Yeah.
tape, definitely. Tape will keep them from
Yep.
pulling up your pants.
Yeah. But like you said, here they just jump out of trees on you.
Yeah.
You walk by.
They do. They fall down on you. Yeah, somebody told me that.
That's why when I go out up top, I always wear a hat.
And then I just get them on my clothes and I get them in the car and then they're on my skin.
Well, I make you wear the hat so that really big birds don't take you away. So you look bigger.
Yeah. We're thinking about falcon.
I have dogs that are bigger than you.
Or
Fucking.
eagles.
We have a couple dogs that are bigger than me.
Every time I pull up and I see birds flying over, and we got Amanda.
You see them fucking taking people's little dogs and
Yeah.
cats and shit. You see that eagle pick that kid up? Let's mark. Let's find center here first. We got it here.
Because last time we did it too high.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing these right now before I put the Velcro, because I want to see where that Velcro is going to go. I want that Velcro usable as much as possible. I might not have sewn my handles high enough to get 5 columns of 5 rows of pals here.
The last one had 3 or 4?
3. You saw me measure this, right? I measured right off center,
Yeah.
but I'm still, these are in 2 different places.
Is it because it's 1.5 inches and not 1 inch?
What's that? No,
Your spacing?
no. No, my spacing's 1.5 inches. My spacing's perfect. I've done this enough.
That's what I'm saying, because it's not 1 inch.
No, your spacing's not 1 inch. Your spacing is 1.5 inches. Did you hear that pop?
Yeah.
That's an ammo can in there, and it's gotten so hot that it just pressurized.
Don't you forget your Velcro in there.
I'm not. I need to put these on and see where they're going to go first.
Mike Hotel said, "Hey John, greetings from Germany.
What's up, man? Where in Germany are you?
What's the weather like out there currently?"
It's like asking what the weather in the United States is like. Well, I guess Germany is smaller.
I mean, right now I could tell you that there's a storm in the United States. It's literally crossing like 30 states.
That's a new thing, though. That's only recent. That didn't used to.
Chuck, what's up, man? How's it going?
I don't think I'm going to get this third one in here. Not without adjusting this handle. Do we even need? Yeah, we need them. I'll just move the hand. We'll sew the handle higher. Do need a piece of 1-inch webbing for a gauge.
Amanda is good. Amanda is awesome.
If you ever come to the United States, come see us.
Brandel seems to be feeling well.
I feel good. Look at my neck. Look at it moving.
He can move his
Whoa.
neck.
Whoa.
His hand works.
My hand does work.
Is your arm numb?
I can't feel my middle finger.
But you can
Which
the
is
rest of them now?
Yeah. All these fingers I can feel.
Yeah, before you couldn't feel your pointer.
No, my pointer is about 95% now. The tip of it is still tingly, but my middle finger is gone completely still. But I'm hoping it just over time
Yeah.
comes back.
So I would say much better. Brandel's feeling much better.
Yeah.
Or at least not as bad.
Is
Not
Tactical
as bad.
Trim on here from Facebook or from YouTube? Oh, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, I'm just on YouTube.
Yeah, you wouldn't see. We're not in StreamYard. Yeah, we'll get.
He said, "Will for sure like your homestead videos as much as the full build."
Awesome, man. Too short.
Oh, just cut that one too short.
No, it's too short
Oh, okay.
from the edge because we're cutting
Gotcha.
across. Where are you going this weekend?
Me or you guys?
You.
Tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Saturday.
Yes.
Tomorrow is a birthday party, and then Sunday I might have to film Patty.
Whose birthday?
My best friend's.
Mycon said, hey, caught alive while not sleeping or puking. Glad to hear Brandon is good.
What's the matter with him?
What's the matter with you, Mycon? Why are you puking? Kiri, howdy friends. How's your Friday? We're good. Kiri, we're good. We're filming. We are filming.
That's weird. That one fit, but that other one was too short. Yeah.
We'll have to get an Americaner buddy to order some of your stuff just to keep the shopping easy on your side. Mike Hotel, we ship to Germany. I ship to literally every country. Well, I don't think I ship to Ukraine, but that's because USPS won't ship there. But it's not an issue. I ship everywhere. If you can receive mail, we ship there.
We could do a trade too. If there's some shit you want, we could just gift it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
I gift all.
Brandel goes to Germany all the time. I can just have him meet up
Me
with
and
you.
David Hasselhoff, I can bring it over.
Because Germans love David Hasselhoff.
Just as much as me,
I
almost.
was gonna say, I bet they love Randall.
Yeah.
He's pretty big in Germany. He actually is.
It's the hair.
One of these days I'm going to.
One of these days, the testosterone is going to catch up.
Well, if not finasteride says anything about it.
But if you stop taking that, then your hair all falls out, right?
Yeah, it'll go to the place where it would have been.
Oh, okay. So just like Propecia, prevented hair loss, but when you stop taking it, it just fucking...
Mycon said, IV infusions for bacterial infection of wound on left leg.
Oh, yeah, he told us about that.
9 more days of treatment, 3 times a day. Doing at-home treatment myself. Side effects are dizzy, pukey, and sleepy.
Dude, I don't know shit about this, but have you looked into hyperbaric chamber and oxygen therapy for that?
I need one to sleep.
Yeah. So while you say that, because I thought the same thing, like buy a hyperbaric chamber, but Jerry said that it actually, because it pushes oxygen through your eyes, it has some, like long-term use, has some effects on vision.
Yeah, I've heard you shouldn't spend more than an hour and a half. That was like the big thing. It's like, as long as it's daily, only like an hour to an hour and a half, you're okay. There's a YouTube dude, that Steve Will Do It guy.
Yeah.
He sleeps in one every day from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah, Michael Jackson apparently did too.
What were the drugs he was on? Ketamine?
Michael Jackson?
Yeah. He was on some crazy...
I don't think he even knew what he was on.
Yeah.
The rumor is, and if any of you conspiracy guys, I'm sure you've heard this, he made some songs about the people in that little country with the funny little hats. And that's when all the accusations of child abuse and shit came out. Just like Kanye West, he's like, every time I say some shit they don't like, they put me in the hospital and they fucking fill me full of drugs and then I don't know who I am. And that's the theory is that Michael Jackson actually was not abusing all those kids, and then he was actually just completely overdosed by that doctor.
I believe that doctor is the same one that was with, what's the guy you were talking about?
Kanye West?
Was he Prince's doctor too?
Yeah, he apparently did the coroner exam on George Floyd after the first guy said, the first dude was like it was a drug overdose. And then I think that was the same dude that did the second report saying that he died from asphyxiation from the knee on the neck.
All right, so Mycon says doing O2 and hyperbaric saturation treatments already. 30 minutes chamber 3 times a week. Tasha John, who else bought the mystery box? So excited for it. And Santee Todd said good afternoon.
Santee Todd.
Hello.
I used to live off Winter Gardens in Lakeside. We used to ride dirt bikes at the sand pits all the time. I don't know if that's even there anymore.
Probably Mike Hotel said we need to get in contact. We do run a YouTube channel as well. Maybe we can do a live together, sewing on both sides.
Oh yeah, love to.
Cool.
Love to.
That would be cool.
I'll teach you guys English cuss words.
Homestead said he took propofol. So propofol is what they give you when they put you under without making you have the machine breathe for you.
Who took propofol? Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. That's like the best sleep I've ever had was on propofol.
Can I use that, or is it? Apparently, it makes you dead if you use it wrong.
Yeah. It's to be administered by an anesthesiologist.
I'm gonna start sleeping in liquid oxygen.
You sleep in, I think, mayonnaise.
In mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's good for your skin is really soft. It's very rejuvenating.
Santi Todd said you guys rode in the same places.
Yeah. Chitty Mountain out there, Mount Fortuna. I lived in Tirasana. I grew up in Tirasana.
And then John Roberts said, I was in the hospital for 2.5 days. I rode in the ambulance 150 miles to Rapid City. Holy shit.
For what? What happened?
I told our hospital in the ER that I need a pap smear, but I was supposed to say I need a CPAP smear.
Did they give you a pap smear? Things are different nowadays, buddy.
Yeah, things are different.
You better be careful.
You totally have.
You might get a pap smear.
That's hilarious. Hey, Mike Hotel, the email, go to the website, soetacticalgear.com, and in the right-hand upper side, there's a white lettering that says email John. That's where you're going to find his email address.
You guys have StreamYard? You use StreamYard?
He said, yeah, they smeared my copy.
You're gonna find out you're pregnant.
It's going to be a butt, baby. Santi Todd said, I grew up next to Santi Lake.
Yeah.
I dig that woodland on the multicam black.
Everybody digs the woodland on the multicam black, baby.
Yeah, but I'm the only one that matters.
Yeah, that's how I got you.
I know.
With the woodland.
God's plaid. I wonder if anybody's ever gotten a woodland tattoo.
Jeff was wanting one.
I think Jeff's scared of tattoos.
I think he
Yeah.
is too. I think he jokes about it all the time. How you gotta own your tattoos and stuff.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of Jeff
Getting a
Getting a
tattoo.
tattoo.
with tattoos.
Yeah.
We're just gonna tattoo Jeff with tattoos, where I would want his tattoos to be.
Tyler, what's up, guys? Can't wait for the mystery box and the winners to be announced for the Rifleman kit. Man, we were set and ready to do that today, and it is
Mud.
a soupy mess outside, so it is not happening today.
We can't have people running around out there, especially our crazy girl runs around out there barefoot.
Yeah. Ew,
Red goes out there, we'll never find her.
Yeah. End up with some.
A worm will get in her.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Roberts, I think I got a hold of some bad mixed nuts and was itchy, joint pain, and swelling of my fingers and my feet. So, John Roberts, did you by chance eat tomatoes? Because if you have a nightshade allergy, that will 100% do
Sounds
those.
like rickets.
Rickets.
I don't even know what rickets is.
Sounds like you've been roofied, buddy.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
rickets?
Did your butthole hurt too? Micron said, rumor is Delta snipers get camo tats to hide better.
Shit. Hey, did we bomb Iran last night? I watched a live, Marfugo was talking about it, and I didn't see any fucking headlines today at all about it.
Yeah, I would imagine you would have seen headlines today. John Robert, his butt didn't hurt, but he had diarrhea really bad. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have an allergic reaction. They get you there and give you Benadryl.
Yeah, you know it's windy when those fucking inner doors are blowing open on their own. Or when you're upstairs and the fucking glass door's open. I was thinking about that last night. or the night, maybe it was last night, that if a storm came through and damaged the building, the thing that would be the worst to replace is that whole fucking glass wall right there.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's probably other than the AC unit, the single most expensive part of it.
Oh no, there was a lot of inside pieces. Parts of the build that you don't even see.
You know what we should do here?
Not put pals all over this.
Well, no, not that. I agree that we should always have pals on everything, but we should put some bolts and some areas where we can cobra buckle ourselves down to the concrete.
Let's just bolt the building down.
I'm just saying. So when tornadoes come and take the entire building, at least we're still standing.
Man, you get a big enough tornado, it takes the slabs. Like, just fucking wipes the slabs out. The key is to build down and then build in a manner like you build a parking garage, right? So the slab, the first floor, the floor for the basement is poured as though it's like a freeway over, you use overpass I-beams.
I mean, we can't just, like in Twister, put a belt around ourselves to a pipe.
I mean, I'm definitely, we're gonna try.
Yeah.
But if you build that motherfucker out of concrete.
Officer Troll, don't be a troll here because I will ban you.
What did he
I
say?
am quick to ban stupid people. He said Officer Troll reporting for duty. His YouTube name is YouTube Troll Liaison Officer.
I love it.
Yeah, John Roberts, it sounds like you're allergic to nuts.
I mean, that they say that people develop allergies as they get older.
Yeah.
I mean, normal humans like you guys,
or
not.
grow out of
I would
them.
never. My body fills me if I don't have a lot of testosterone and or chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk and testosterone. Did you see that? Did I send you that?
All the comments on that are saying like we stopped using these in like the 70s because it like was killing people.
Well, it's spreading AIDS. It's
That's how they gave me my shots when I was in the army.
yeah, everybody.
We stood in a line.
I think they still use air guns.
You put your shoulder and they gave you like 12 in one arm and 16 in the other. It's fucking terrible.
That's why you're so tall.
He says, I'm here to make peace with the troll community. Well, alrighty then.
Hang out, man. You might like what we do.
Talk about boobs.
Talk about
Yeah.
vaginas. Lots and lots of vagina.
Yes, we are shipping worldwide. If you can receive mail from the United States, then my shipping will get to you, yes.
And if you can't, we can send to your friend who can, and then they can ship it to you.
Correct.
Or you can pick it up from Brandl in Germany.
He said, I like what you're making. It looks good. Thanks, man. It's a product that he is prototyping as we speak.
Oh yeah.
I'm sewing this the wrong direction. Now it's going to be wavy.
Sorry.
You're good.
What happened?
I'm holding these.
Who's calling?
Microsoft.
So that they can not help us again today?
Yeah. When do you know you're old?
When do you know you're old?
Yeah. Like, is that different for everyone, or is that like a common age?
I think a lot of it's a state of mind, man. Look how many dudes, like there's some dudes out there that are 70, and when you look at them, you'd think they're probably 45, 50.
Yeah.
I mean,
Battle.
I think she went upstairs. I was gonna say the wind's blowing that door open. I think I probably look appearance-wise younger than I feel a lot of days.
I never had allergies until I joined the army, especially eczema.
Well, that's something they gave you, man.
Yeah.
You had a reaction to something that they put inside you.
So, Yeah, I never had anything wrong, and then I got food poisoning. I was hospitalized for like 3 days from it.
You?
Yeah, from a Japanese restaurant. I lost like 30 pounds in like 2 weeks from it, and had to be put on fluids and monitored for 3 days. And ever since then, it's like if my immune system crashes.
Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
Super sick. Yeah.
It's her fault.
Oh, sure. Of course, it's always her fault.
Was she crazy? Had I ever met her?
Yeah.
Yes, fucking definitely her fault.
You know you're old when you stop tracking birthdays and forget your age.
Oh, and I'm old then.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't ever know what day it is. They're like, "Are you available on Tuesday?" I'm like,
I don't know.
"Sure."
I thought Wednesday was Friday. Because I texted Dad, told him I'd see him in a couple days. And I was like, nope, wrong.
Who'd you say that to?
Dad.
Yeah, I saw Tad Monday. He said he was hoping to shoot with you.
Sylvester Stallone, aka Rambo, likes this kind of stuff, and so do I.
Right on.
Them MREs.
Man, I ate a lot of MREs. A lot. And I didn't ever have any problems or allergies.
For everybody on the regular video.
I'll tell you though, if you're ever in a public bathroom like a truck stop, and you hear guys grunting and it sounds like it's painful for them to go to the bathroom, those are life choices. You need to make some different decisions.
I don't think I've ever once had to make a noise.
No. And I don't want to sit in there and smell shit either, so I don't know why you guys are in there reading books and shit.
I think the clue you might be old is when new music sounds bad. That's how you know when you get shit done when you don't know the day. I don't even know the hour. I don't even know the year most of the time.
Especially this building has no windows. So I can be like, oh, I want to go outside while I got some daylight. You walk out and it's fucking dark. And you're like, holy shit, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay, Battle Chemist says, I've had that kind of constipation, but it was from opioids after a bone surgery.
Maybe
You
that.
have to digitally stimulate.
Maybe that's what those guys' problems is opioids.
Maybe. One of my friends, his job is to digitally stimulate one of his patients. Like, he's a caregiver at home.
What does that
He
mean?
has to put his finger. They gotta get him to use the restroom.
How much does he get paid?
I don't know, but not enough because he never had a nice car. He never had nice clothes.
Maybe he's just buying a lot of property somewhere.
Yeah,
He's got a badass house.
his wife has a good job.
A $5,000 job or
No,
like
she
a
doesn't have a
20,000.
job.
There's a big difference.
I mean, all the kids liked her at the Jehovah's Witness church. That's all I know.
I don't think you're allowed to have boobs at Jehovah's Witness.
She did.
You're not allowed to put anything in your body, I thought.
Do not, but before you're a Jehovah's Witness. And actually, I think it's just more so you can't have a transfusion like.
Blood transfusion?
Yeah.
Or vaccinations, I thought.
No, just get vaccinated.
When they're like, how big do you want her boobs? I said, when she falls down, I want her to bounce back up.
That's the kind of friend you never high five. Yeah, true. Very true. Yep, dog them out. Opioids do it every time. Worst reaction I ever had was after the second COVID shot. Felt like dying. Dig. That's the kind of friend you never have to live.
Sorry, guys, this is taking a long time. It just dawned on me, we don't really make bags with pals all over them anymore. We used to put pals on everything, but then I'd see it out in the wild and nobody ever had anything attached to it. We do such a nice job of it and then you fucking cover it up.
That M81 looks great on that bag.
I think it does too. I like it the other way better. I like to put multicam black on woodland. So there's one wall. You kind of get the idea of the size that this bag is going to be. Now I have to do the exact same thing again.
Don't worry, I took care of it.
Did you sew it?
Yeah, I took some Velcro that you missed earlier.
Did you try?
No, I'm not touching. One day will get me out of here. Just let me go.
You got daddy's boots on? They're a little big for you there.
What's up, the B-Man J?
The B-Man J. That's not Michael Jordan, is it? The B-Man?
Where's it, Scott?
No, his name is the B-Man J. The B-Man J.
Oh, B-E-E-E.
B-E-E-E.
You know, I'm a B, like Fergie said, or Black Eyed Peas said.
I like that music. That was fucking great workout music.
Better than some of the garbage they got playing these days.
I don't know what like what?
Oh, I don't know. I don't listen to the radio. Because it's garbage.
After I get one tick on me, I just assume there's like a million. So everything that touches me, I'm like, that's a tick. That's a tick.
The B-Man said, I spoke at the 2023 event for you all.
Cool. Okay.
That's cool.
Got it.
Damn, I missed that.
Yeah, they had him in the back,
Well, shit.
I think.
Did you talk about bees?
That's
Yeah.
That's the one of the things that I would have actually paid attention to.
I actually walked by when he was giving us that.
Yeah, we went to a bee install last year. They're like, hey, would you like a white shirt? I'm like, no. They're like, bees are pretty aggressive towards black shirts. I'm like, I'll be okay. I got stung on both ears.
Is that why
They
you
were-
get stung every day?
They're fucking super swollen. There's so much of the same looking gear out there. There's copyrights on gear patents.
There's
So
not.
You can only patent it. You can have all the patents you want, but if I change it 10%, your patent doesn't matter.
Who said that?
Hardway, Alaska.
Yeah, there's no patents on gear. You can patent an assembly, maybe, like a piece of hardware, but you can't patent how you sew something together. You might get it, but it's not enforceable. You
Man,
always
Jay, whereabouts are you? Are you here in Tennessee? Question mark.
see patent pending.
Yeah. I like how I talk to text so much. I do the same thing. If I'm talking to somebody, hell, I'll be talking to my dad, and I'm like, "Can you grab that wrench?" Question mark. And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Question mark.
East Tennessee. Cool.
I'm just gonna
John
put.
Roberts lawsuits are very painful, but I make something for that, and I think that will help. Helps take the sting out, helps keep it permission.
So, bee man, I have very few honeybees here, and we've talked about putting hives here. Our neighbor, about 20 acres back, got hives, and I feel like we see more honeybees every now and then now, but we have a ton of wasps, red wasps, and they're in like our
Everything.
mint and our basil and shit every night. When I spray the foliage, hundreds of them come out. So I figured, well, we don't have many honeybees, so I didn't ever get rid of the wasps. Like, I didn't deter them or kill them, thinking they were at least pollinating. But then somebody told me that they actually kill honeybees and that I should kill the wasps. Should I kill the wasps? Because we can just go through with a shop vac, a cordless vac, and vacuum them up real simply. Is there should we get rid of them?
He said red wasps are territorial and can chase off the bees.
Good, we'll kill them.
Cool. He said you can follow me at BManJ. Is that on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook? Which are you everywhere? I was riding my $2,000 electric bicycle too. I was pulling my trailer behind me. Oh yeah, that sucks. He said the wasps are line of sight. Hi from the UK. What's up, DC? This is everywhere at the BManJ. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Jay.
Yes.
Got him. Something happened.
I'm probably distracted. Cool, we followed you today.
This is actually pretty close to putting together.
I would love to have a couple hives. We've been talking about it for years now.
Dakota put hives out at
Yeah, out of
the range, yeah.
Yeah, when we went to that bee install, I was the only one that didn't get stung. Literally, I think the only.
Because you sat in a truck.
I did not sit in the truck. I was like closer to the hives than anybody else, other than maybe John and Don.
John Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had on bee suit. You had a bee suit on too.
I had a bee shirt, yep, and a hat.
Chainmail?
Yeah.
Yes, medicinal honey. Bye, John Roberts. Hey Chuck, did you know that I actually took raw honey and infused it in my Levo with all the stuff that you would put in elderberry syrup? It was really, really good. It was really good. I infused it all really, really low. Like, I think it was like 95 degrees for 10 hours.
What's Manuka honey? Isn't it radiated or something?
Oh, I think it comes from a very specific place. I don't remember. I want to say Australia, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was cleaned somehow with radiation or something.
Oh, not that good.
I thought-
Manuka honey's supposed to be very medicinal.
Yeah, but I think they use it like in burn units and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they radiate it for sterility or something.
Well, yeah, if they're going to put it on burns.
Yeah, that one looks better.
I was thinking about buying a mystery bag from the email, but got a bit confused on the difference between the regular and the Expensify selection. Well, I'm sorry. You're,
That's not, how did that happen?
is it not even?
I don't, yeah, I'm off. I don't,
Manuka's from New Zealand, that's it.
off by an inch. All right, let me go cut these two pieces. I mean, we can make this work, but
The Manuka, what?
I walk in there to hear him saying, "Are you familiar with the term dumping?" And I'm like, "No, I'm
What
not.
kind of dumping?
I don't even, it's gonna be something,
Is this like the piggybacking thing?
it's gonna be something disgusting."
I feel like he's lives on Reddit.
He does.
Yes.
He should have no internet access. We should get him like a.
I should cut off, I should fucking log, I should cut off his router while we're inside. I should take him off the Wi-Fi.
Let's just get him a phone, like a jitterbug, where all you can do is like send a phone call.
He can,
All right, Battle Chemist, that's online.
he can only have two phone numbers.
Yeah.
A scissor trap with a house up. That's cool, man.
And both of them are yours. It's yours and
Playing on
yours.
the GQ fishnet on the sleeves and shoulders.
That's-
Tiny GQ tiny holes in the mesh shirt. Are you using like a crochet hook or something?
Is he talking about for a ghillie suit?
That's my assumption.
What coyote hunting guy? Are you using electronic calls or what are you doing?
That was
He'll answer.
okay. Good.
See that door blow open?
Did John get my email about the Arctic 8 stacking chest ring?
Yeah, I replied to you that day.
He replied to you, Rick.
I said, do you want black Velcro and webbing or do you want gray? And I checked the next morning and you had not replied back.
Check your spam, Rick. He said yes, you called. Gray.
It's crazy. I didn't know that you couldn't hunt coyotes under night vision here. And apparently you can't, even though they're a nuisance animal. That's too big on that end. See that?
He says it's a viper hood.
Got it. I have some viper hoods.
Made a hook out of wire.
So do you have the real viper hoods, the originals, are made by Mike Stanchik from Tactical Concealment. Every goober out there makes a hood called a viper hood now. But Mike, I helped Mike start his company. Mike did all the footwork, but I spent hours and hours on the phone with Mike, and we pushed all of our Marine Corps customers and SEAL customers to Mike. So much so that Mike's ghillie suit kit actually was issued to every SEAL going through the sniper program. Actually, the Marine Corps issued it too. Do I want this hem bigger? I don't remember if they were too big or too small. Yeah, we'll figure
What
it
do you
out.
think the best bag you make would work best for a drone case? If I recall, you used a toiletry bag.
So everybody wants this padded case for their drone. And I don't carry I never put my fucking, they send it out in this fucking bag that's all padded and shit. As soon as I take it out, it never goes. I throw those away. I have fucking 20 of them. I carry, yes, the drone will fit perfectly in a toiletry bag. And I think I even put my smart controller in there with it. When I put it, if you go out there right now and look, I can go show you right now. My drone is sitting loose in a large tool bag. The batteries, all 3 batteries are on a rapid charger. There's a battery in the back of the drone, and it's just sitting in there with a ton of other shit. And that's how I carry it. It goes into the truck every day like that. And if we go and we're gonna jump out of the truck and go do some shit, I take that and throw the drone and all the parts for it just in a mini pack with a bunch of other shit.
What's that breakdown?
I always say this: if storage is inconvenient,
You won't use it, yeah. Yeah, I don't ever protect any of my electronics. If you have to protect it, you got the wrong electronics.
people baby stuff and don't realize that mic was sitting out in a flood for 2 days.
Yeah,
and it's fine.
I ran over a GoPro with a fucking skid steer.
Shit will still work.
I said, yeah, I was also thinking for back style mini pack would be nice.
Yeah, anything any backpack, just put it in whatever backpack you have.
Mark said he's making his ghillie suit out of an old woodland jacket.
Yeah. So are you gonna cut the back out and mesh it? What kind of mesh are you gonna, you can get super intricate. You could spend fucking 100 hours making a ghillie suit. And then is it a field ghillie suit or a class ghillie? There's very different.
What's up, Nathan Haley? He says, I have a few day packs, but this is just a reason to buy another bag. You need another reason, just buy it. Today, in Nevada, you can hunt coyotes at night by any means necessary, no bag limit. Spotlight, thermal, night vision.
See, I
wonder why Tennessee doesn't allow it.
I thought that too, man. And I was literally arguing with a dude. I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. And a bunch of guys looked it up while we were on live. And apparently you cannot hunt under thermal or night vision in Tennessee.
Okay, so the audio cut out because John has all of his devices connected. So when his phone rings, it rings on everything, including the shipping computer. which is why the audio cut out because the phone was ringing.
Really?
Yes,
Can you turn that off?
I'm sure I can.
My phone didn't ring. I mean, I see
yes,
that it
it
was,
did.
but I didn't hear it ring.
No, you didn't hear it ring. That's the whole point.
I don't answer the phone.
That's like when Kevin was telling me, yeah, Microsoft is going to call you. I have to turn my phone on so that it actually rings. And I was like, I'm so not excited about this because I get so many spam calls. Yeah, he said everybody else knew your phone was ringing. Yes, everybody knows when John's phone rings except him.
I've never answered the phone, I don't think.
I can make it so that you don't get those calls. Nowhere Homestead said, Amanda, we're just trying to reach you about your extended warranty on your truck. I want you to pay off my school loans too.
I saw today, and I haven't tried this yet, but you can go into your settings, and you can make your phone, when you call somebody, call 1,000 times, back to back to back to back to back.
Just
Really? Mark Curtis said, I cut off a lot. It's just sleeves and shoulders and a hood I sewed on made from a laundry bag.
It's cool.
Toy Town said, I leave my phone on for the once in a lifetime John Lewis. You have to enter the contest to get that. I call spammers back over and over until they block me.
Called who?
Spammers. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or the patience to do that.
Anytime I've tried to call them back, it's only like a one-way number. Their number doesn't ring.
I got a John Willis call once and I didn't answer because I thought it was spam.
And even when I call them back, anytime I get them, I'm like, when they're calling me, I'm like, who the fuck is this? And there's never anybody there. I get called from a 760 number
All the time.
100 times a day,
Yeah.
and there's no one there when you fucking answer it.
Yeah.
I just instantly block it. I don't even answer.
Yep, exactly.
Do I have the zipper pulls in this? Yeah, I hear them.
Dow Chemist, you might not be too late for entering the contest. I mean, you're not too late because you bought the thing in the game.
Every mystery order got entries into the contest.
You mean it as a compliment, but John gives off Hunter S. Thomas vibes. What is that?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
They're checking to see if it's a real number to sell for somebody's list. Yeah, probably.
Every day? Forever?
Forever? It's going good, Adam. How are you? How's it going over there?
What Adam is that?
Dawson. Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Amanda. I tried into it. Yep, you don't need the March giveaway code.
We'll give it to you.
Forgot to add the code to my mystery order. Yep, we got you. Your bag. What bag did you get, Adam?
Do I want to put Velcro on the bottom of this?
Raining in Ohio. Got a big duffel. Cool. I'm going to share a pic on IG. I'll tag John in later. On it as an interaction. Cool. Don't get it twisted. old takeout area is one giant shithole now.
Yeah, we went back there, I guess it's probably been 10 years. We'd been out of Cali for a while, went back for a week, and it was a fucking complete shithole. And people that live there are like, it's so nice. Like, you guys have no fucking idea how bad it is because you're desensitized to it.
And that's like people in Oceanside would be like, I can't leave because of the weather. It's fucking gray for 3 months of the summer. Like, that's not nice weather. May gray and June gloom. Yeah.
I just assume if you need it hot all the time, and you like California weather, you're a victim weight. You're like under 200 pounds, you know what I mean? It's just what I assume.
Probably pee yourself while you're shaking and looking around while you're drinking from the watering hole.
No, I'm 220.
Everything wants to kill you.
Need some nice cold weather.
Jackson, I can't say your name regular. I would love to participate in an Ink Master style competition, but with sewing, and have John be one of the judges.
He'd love to what?
Participate in an Ink Master style competition.
I thought we should do that and get a bunch of guys together and participate in it. I've thought that for a long time. What do you sew?
What do you say, Jackson? Adam, what do you mean by family-friendly events? We are no longer hosting SRF here. We are having parties, but they're not really for...
That's up to you, man. Like, do you take your, like, that's up to you, how you parent your kids. Our kids were at all of our events, even as young children. And we took our kids to events where they said it was not family friendly. And if something kind of happened that shouldn't, we would just leave with the kids. But people knew when they invited me someplace, that meant you were inviting my wife and my kids. We never went anywhere without them. But that's up to you. Do you not take your kids to rated R movies? You should not bring them here.
Toy Town said, I told my wife I'm getting a mystery box, and she asked what was wrong with her box. Or it's just different.
It's just swollen a lot now. It's got battle damage.
SOE party's still better for kids than drag show. Oh, it's fucking...
Yeah, there's nothing like...
It's better for kids than public school.
There's no dick sucking in the parking lot. I mean, there's just like some foul language. There's a lot of guns. There's drinking towards the end of the night.
And you don't even, it's not even like...
And I don't even like drunk people. I stay away from drunk people. Like, it's a big place. You can easily go someplace away from somebody that you don't want to be next to.
We don't have kid-specific activities.
Yeah, there's no fucking bouncy house. There's no crayons.
All right, I just got a 10% battery. I got 10% battery left.
I just run it down. It'll show you a 5% also, and then it'll cut off.
So Jackson said, I sew fanny packs, backpacks, safe organizers, etc. Mostly just for friends and family, but I have been starting to get paid orders too. Cool.
You guys doing safe organizers are not charging enough. Especially if you're doing like a full custom build out. Guys have no idea. Like they'll see a safe, a Browning safe or something and think that's an expensive safe. Look at watch safes.
Yeah.
With auto winders in them.
Adam, we are having a party. It's June 14th.
SOEparty.com.
Yeah, SOEparty.com. Go on there, RSVP. It's free to attend.
You can see there's probably 20 videos out there of SOE parties.
Yeah. There's nothing inherently dangerous. Yeah, no blowjobs in the party.
And if there is, you won't.
It's not out in public.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not, you're not gonna see it. You'll be fine. If Isaac can be here, kids can be here.
everybody's all worried about their kids. You better worry about if your kid's a fucking asshole.
Party is rated Isaac. Yeah. Wait, Amanda is not dangerous? Not inherently. I'm only dangerous if provoked. Awesome, yeah, they look like fun up ass. My daughters are definitely smart ass. There's a big difference between a smart ass and because I am very much smart.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're coming into my shop and my house, my property, and we don't sterilize this place. There is definitely shit here that will cut you and can fall over on you. So, like, you know, if you bring your child, it is your responsibility to supervise your kid. If your kid's here, you probably shouldn't be drinking. And be safe with firearms. We have guys on the range that are gonna, you know, ask you to do very specific things when you're out on the range. And that's it, man. But you can't leave your 5-year-old or your 8-year-old running around my place. There's just shit here. There's all kinds of equipment. There's all kinds of metal things. There's a whole fucking gym they could smash themselves in. So just, you know, your kid needs to be where you're at. We don't let kids run around here because when people let their kids run around, they go feral and they do shit that they normally wouldn't. When you get 4 or 5 kids packed up running around together, they pick up rocks and break windows and shit. Whereas every one of those kids separate, that would never happen. But when you let them run off on your own, they're throwing rocks at the dog or they're fucking too close to the fucking 65-foot deep pond, you know, shit like that. Yeah.
Mark Curtis said, I'm worried about what my kids will do, LOL. ADHD is a hell of a drug. I told the lady at Sam's, sorry, they're vaccinated.
Yeah, my dad would take me and my brother separately to things.
Yeah.
So I could go to the fair with my parents, but not with my brother. He could go another day. Because we were going to do something dangerous.
Yeah, something stupid.
Yeah, somebody's getting hurt. Or something's getting stolen.
Was it guaranteed it was going to be you or your brother getting hurt, or could it have been somebody else?
My brother would steal and I would get hurt. I was climbing. I think at like the last party I came in here or something, and there's just one random kid standing in the middle of the gym equipment. And I was like,
Well, we had a guy bring his kids here, and he had a little 2-year-old or 3-year-old, and she got up here outside the bars and was hanging out over. What's that? That's probably a 12-foot drop onto concrete.
Yeah.
And she was up there on the outside of those bars. That's the shit I'm talking about. We had a kid who had turned the treadmill on full fucking speed and was just barely touching his feet. But if he'd have dropped off of there, it would have fucking thrown him 10 feet back into the, you know, glass wall.
Yeah, don't let the kids pick my peppers, please. That was a whole thing. Bill Ware Homesteady says, y'all need a Got Needles t-shirt with a badass sewing machine printed on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know that I could sell 120 of them though. That's always the consideration is, can we sell them?
Yeah. All right, we're down to 5%.
All right, guys, that's the end of this live. We'll do a live tonight around 9-ish or sometime shortly after.
All right, we'll see y'all tonight.
Hit end and then close it out.
X.
Yeah.
Don't make Curie beat children over a garden. Exactly. X. Are you sure you want to stop screaming?
Are you gonna sew from the middle each time this time? Okay.
Why?
Last time we did one not from it was that one
Was it?
thing made it shift. I mean, you hit the pucker really well, but it was like, I remember you talking when I was editing, I was hearing these people, damn, I should have done that one that way. Because you were showing them like what not to do, and they ended up
Yeah,
doing the thing
yeah.
not to do.
It's the shoulder strap attachments that are not on this bag.
You almost forget. Like the way you
No, I did forget. It's not going to be in the seam. I can get it in there though. I can make it work.
also cut into it and then just slip it into the area and then tack.
Yeah, I got a couple of lines of stitching plus where I sewed the Velcro, so I've got a lot of lines of stitching here. But the material's pretty stiff, so I can open it up pretty easy. But I don't want to cut through that top layer of Cordura and have it slice. There I go, I got it. And I want to pull all that out before I put new thread in there, otherwise it's all tangled in there. Man, I'm hungry.
All we need to
But I want to eat. I don't want to not be hungry. I'm not fat because I eat because I'm hungry. I'm fat because I eat cake.
Well, you can still have cake. You just eat a couple of bites of cake and you'll be like, oh, that was great.
I had some stuff from Dr. Tony Huge.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of his company, whatever that was. I still have it. He had a product called Slen. I heard him talk about it the other day. And it's supposed to be like a carb blocker. So when you're gonna go eat, you can eat, and it basically is supposed to convert the carbs so that it passes through your body, so you like piss them out.
I've heard of the actual thing. I've heard of Slim, like as in
Yeah.
in the industry of bodybuilding. I've heard it used.
I'm sure somebody has a product called something else that does the same, or well, insulin I think will do. It's supposed to be kind of the same effect, you know?
Yeah.
But you might be the dude that takes insulin the first time and boom,
I bet.
that's your life.
Yeah. My friend was born with diabetes. Is that type 1?
Yep.
But he didn't know it. until he was in
Pancreas doesn't
college.
work.
And he started like fainting and having like crazy
Yeah.
problems. And so they had to put a pump on him.
Oh shit.
And he got the pump, and he's a scientist for like blood panels and stuff. But now he probably gained about 50 pounds of muscle in a year
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah, there's a kid we saw at the gym every day for years. Looked more like a jazzercise kid, like an athlete, you know? And then I saw him, he's jacked. I'm like, holy shit, dude, what happened to you? He's like, man, I found out I was diabetic and they put me on insulin. And yeah, but not like shitty weight, like looked real. I'm like, dude, you look really good.
My friend
He's like,
literally
yeah.
50 pounds of muscle.
I wish I wasn't diabetic to get here.
Yeah. But that's why every huge bodybuilder is.
Yeah.
taking insulin.
Yeah, every one of them. Every fucking pro is. At least every pro that's fucking placing on stage is.
Yeah.
There might be some guys out there with a card that aren't, but
Barely.
they ain't winning.
When is that show?
In Nashville?
Yeah.
Not sure.
I'm gonna reach out to them and figure out when that is.
It's a lot of shit too. It's not just a bodybuilding show.
Is it the Music City Expo or is it something else?
It's going to be at the I don't know what it's called, but it's going to be at the Nashville Fairgrounds, is my understanding. The newer one. Well, the only one. I mean, they built it, I guess it's probably been 10 years now. It's in the dark, I can't see it. Here it is, okay, that side, so I need to do the opposite side here. Yeah, that kid talking about, I say kid, he might be older than me. The guy talking about doing the show, like Ink Masters.
Yeah.
I've thought that a bunch of times. We should do something like that. Get the owners of a bunch of gear companies and just give them a bunch of parts and be like, build this. Don't even tell them what it is.
Yeah.
Or here's some material, do something. I think you would find that most of those dudes that show up couldn't fucking do it because they're running it off pre-programmed machines, and most of them can't fucking sew.
Yeah. There's probably like one person that they've employed that can sew really well.
Yeah, but as far as like a prototype designer,
Yeah.
they can't do it without a fucking program anymore. There'll be some dudes that can. Plus, if you're all independent, right? If I put each of you in a workspace and you all have the same shit, but you don't know what anyone's building, you better break out your best fucking thing, you know?
Yeah.
Some guy's gonna build something way fucking cooler out of the exact same shit. Be like, you got 12 hours. Go. Just setting this up so this corner's nice and sharp. Now that I have it, I'm actually going to sew it from the other direction. From the other side.
You guys going anywhere this weekend?
I think we're heading towards Nashville. She had a list of something. She said sushi, something, and something else. I don't remember what it was.
I'll tell you, know the sushi later. I got the sushi in. I know that.
Because I planned my trip around like how we're going to eat, right? We're going to get there early enough to eat first lunch and be there long enough to eat
Third dinner.
second dinner. I have to eat 3 times while I'm there. And they have to all be 3 really good meals, right?
I'm like, stop at the gas station before we go, and I don't want to eat till I get home.
Well, we're going to stop at the gas station also because they're going to have bear claws.
Very true.
But I'm going to take my own milk with me because I don't want any processed chemicals in my milk.
Oh, as you eat your bear claw.
Yeah. And I have emergency bear claws too from the last time you and I bought them. When were we in Kentucky?
Man, that was a couple months back.
I think there's a mold inhibitor in them because they don't mold.
Yeah. Did you ever see that commercial Burger King put out where they bought everybody's cheeseburgers and then they put theirs beside them and then they filmed it for a month to see what everybody's looked like?
McDonald's will look the same 5 years later.
Everybody's did, except for I think it was Sonic, Dairy Queen, and Burger King all had mold in a few days. It was like 3 or 4 days.
It still didn't clock right. I'm a little big. I thought I should have sewed those 2 hems where
I think it's just from the different cut.
No, it's from, I thought the hems were a little small. I should have tucked more in right here.
Gotcha.
So I've got probably,
Half inch.
I'll bet it's an inch. Yeah, I should have sewn it further in, but that's okay. You won't see it. We'll hide it there in the corner. We'll put it right there in the bottom. When we hand this, like if we built more of these, we'd leave the math the same. And then I'll have Miranda build it once and she'd get here and be like, oh, I need to push this in further. We try to make them so they're all the same. Like we take a small bag to make it larger and we just move the numbers so the hem should remain the same. And I knew when I was doing it, I'm like, I should make this hem bigger. And I should have sewn the top and bottom on. It did the same thing you were just asking about on the last build. You can move that wherever you need it to be.
Fine, we're getting out of
She'd said, she was like, what do you want to do this week? And I'm like, I want king crab. She's like, where do you get that? I go, we'd have to go to Nashville for it.
I've been in Nashville a long time. Surrounding cities.
Yeah, we don't, when I say Nashville, I mean everywhere
But
that direction that's not
Yeah.
here. We'll go downtown. Some of the good restaurants are downtown. We'll valet there, and at the Icon building, I think one of the big buildings has a huge valet in there, and then you can walk. It's less than a block to wherever we're going. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like I got a lot of extra here. Not too bad. Well, I should get this corner pretty clean. The bag's heavy.
Material now.
And I got a lot of extra on this. No one will know. I'm ready to be done with this. I want to just do like a surgeon. I come in and do the transplant or the surgery, and then I just walk away and somebody else closes the patient. I need like a fluffer, a gear bag guy. He just finishes all the shit up. Well, first of all, let's look at it. We got Velcro wall. Velcro's on these walls, Velcro on the base, and the idea of that is we can Velcro in a plate or just a piece of foam wrapped in, pack cloth that Velcros in for floor to give it some shape and rigidity. We could also have that piece continue up the sides, or we could make it a box that goes in and Velcros in. If I was going to do a box, I'd do a big cross shape to where it sits in the bottom, folds to the sides, folds up, and then has some pieces that Velcro that into a closed position that actually locks in behind here, so you would never know it. You would never know that it's a T-shape or a cross-shape pattern. And that would give it full protection all the way around, except for the top. So in that bag, in that box, if we built that inside here, we could put Velcro on the inside walls of that and then give you some dividers so that you could divide it and put a carbine or a short rifle down the middle, for instance, and then have 2 more slots. So your gun would sit here while Velcroed to the walls. It'd be a nice form-fitted compartment with foam all the way around. You could put your rifle in and then have all the other room to put other gear and such in there. Or you could move that to where it's onto one of the outside walls and have a larger extra compartment. We can go anywhere with the bag really from here. This is the base, and now we just build all the parts for the bag to turn it into something else. But to give you an idea of what this bag looks like, that's it right there. Cross shoulder strap, caddy corner so that it doesn't tilt when you use a shoulder. And now we will go fill it with air cells so that it looks proper and you get a real idea of what this looks like. You wouldn't be able to lift it.
I'm just gonna have it zippered everything.
Oh, full zippers all over it? We've, Linda built a micro cock or a cock. It was all zipper. So you could unzip it all the way and it would just come apart. But when you zipped it, it was a cock. So, Velcroed on the bottom. Velcro comes up the sides. Velcro on both faces so that we can take, like we did with the helmet bag, we can take a T-shape foam in pack cloth, and that has Velcro hook on the outsides. So you just set it into the base, push it to the walls, set the edges up. Now it's all Velcroed. You have structure and rigidity and padding, and it gives it perfect shape. It doesn't have padding here, but we could easily put padding here. And then in the middle, we can go do 2 walls that Velcro, because we'll have loop on the inside of it. So now you can put your rifle, your short gun in the middle and have all your micro rig and your helmet and all your other shit sitting on the sides. Or you could push it and put 2 dividers and put 3 rifles in the bottom and put all your other shit on top of it. But we can make the all this is this.
Just bigger.
50% every direction. So it's 50% taller, 50% wider, 50% deeper.
Velcro on the bottom.
I like it.
Velcro on the bottom. I forgot the fucking Velcro again. It's on one side, but not the other. And I built it each. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna build, I even said it. I'm like, I have to build all these 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, so I don't forget it. I fucking had it together. I'm like, holy shit, I've got this extra piece of Velcro.
Inside a mystery bag.
Nothing's a mystery bag. What are you talking about? Is that rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling.
We're not live, are we? Are we live?
This will be posted in the next couple of days. There's no mystery bag, though.
Handle needs to be
Yeah,
taller.
I think I was thinking about a different company. T-Rex Arms, that's what I was thinking of.
There you go, saying other companies' names. Now you just gave a bunch of our customers to somebody else. You should just not talk. You should just write it down, show it to me, and then I'll approve what you can say.
Just anytime I want to talk, we'll get Brandon's attention.
Built the same from the bottom.